This is part 2 of your question and answers about coming to Japan. I didn't want to stuff it and make it too long and stuff it all into one video. How did you apply for a job in Japan? Is there a site that you could use? I have made a video about this before, so I will send a link like in more detail for how to get a teaching job in Japan. But I would say one of the most common ways to find a job in Japan is through Gaijin Pot. So there you can find hopefully what you're looking for. I'm going to tie some of these questions in together. Hi, I'm a new subscriber. Hello. And I was wondering, in order to come to Japan, do you have to be an English teacher or is there another alternative? And there's another question. What type of jobs can foreigners get outside of teaching? The only thing that's different is the skills that might be required. If you can speak fluent Japanese or very high level Japanese, for you to efficiently execute your job and give them what they're looking for a Japanese company, then the world's your oyster. They have all kinds of jobs here just like anywhere else. However, if you just speak English, you might be like limited to certain kinds of jobs. The most common jobs that I've heard people do outside of teaching is in the IT division, doing photography, just anything, I guess, like their hobbies and trying to make it into you know, a side hustle. I've heard of people working for Amazon and like anything like desk jobs, working with computers where you don't have to interact with people, or you can work for an international company. I don't know what you're looking for, but that will definitely broaden your horizons too, and you might not be required to speak Japanese. It is favored in any job here in Japan because we live in Japan. It makes life easier for everybody because we are in connection with Japan no matter whether you're international or not. However, if you work for an international company, the only thing that they probably require is the skill that they're looking for. Speaking of jobs, someone asked me, how much of time do you use in normal work and overtime work realistically? Well, I work as a teacher, so I don't really get overtime. Like when my time's over, I'm gone. I don't work for a Japanese company where I have to stay till like, you know, 9 o'clock or work overtime till 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock and I don't get paid for it because that's ridiculous. And you can see why there's so many issues here. I'm sorry, but not me. I work within my teaching working hours and I work as a ALT. I don't work in an 8-hour. I finish at average normal time. So yeah, luckily I don't have to do overtime, and that is one of the benefits of working in the educational field. But if you do go like private or independent, meaning not through an agency or a company, and you're working directly through the school and you were employed directly through the school or the BOE, which is the Board of Education, then you might be required to do a little more, maybe do a little bit overtime one day on your weekend, so maybe you'll lose your Saturday to take part in I don't know, different kinds of contests and contribute to training or whatever is that they want you to do. You do get paid more, but you're expected to do more, and I think that's with any job, so just be wary. For me personally, I'm good. I've kind of answered this, but I'll just answer it again. I would love to know if you work as an ALT or at an 8-hour. I am thinking of changing to an ALT position for better hours, but I want to hear your opinion on which is better. ALT. I don't do no nighttime teaching. I want to go to my home and to my bed or whatever. I want to chill. But I just think it just depends on who you are and what you're into. I am not a night owl. I don't like teaching various ages all over the place. I like routine to a certain extent, and I like sticking within one environment with the same kind of people so I can build like familiarity or just comfort. It's just what I like, and I like going home like 4 p.m, 5 p.m. That's the type of environment that I've worked in for a long time. So for me, ALT. However, other people like to start later on in the day, maybe 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and then finish later at 9 o'clock or whatever. So it depends on who you are. There is a pros and cons list, I believe, I made on getting teaching jobs in Japan. So if you want to watch that, maybe that will help you make your decision. Hi Corny, I do have a question. I'm very curious to know if you feel safer living in Japan than England. Ooh. I don't trust anyone no matter where I go. But in the UK, I know those shady areas. When I'm walking, I'm like, let me just get through this quick, you know, or I ain't going there past 9 o'clock at night. But luckily I grew up in Wolverhampton and it wasn't so bad, and the area that I lived in was super safe. Never heard of any like real major crime or anything like that, so I've been blessed. I think I got issues, like, I don't know, I feel like there's psychos everywhere. I feel like in Japan people hide it better and it's harder to read people, which scares me. So it scares me in that way that I could be like totally off guard and then one day I'm just gonna get jumped, or someone's just gonna like break and just attack me because I'm the foreigner. I don't know, I feel like I'm a target. But then also I feel like maybe because I'm black or because I'm a foreigner, people won't attack me because they don't know what I'm gonna do, and they'll be like, she's scary, she's a psycho. I don't know. But I don't trust anyone anywhere. I don't trust anyone here. Even at night time, like, I still look behind me. You just never know. I've heard all these stories online, okay? One person killed a foreigner and put them in a bloody fridge. I feel like mental health isn't taken care of as much as in the UK. So I'm more worried about how people really feel and what is their snapping point, because people snap here all the time. They unalive themselves a lot, and they get very stressed and drink and lash out like randomly. And, you know, everyone conforms here, and I feel like when you have a lot of conformity and conservativeness, then it's more likely for somebody to just buckle under the pressure, whereas in the UK I feel it's a lot more free. So the crazy's out there, but you kind of see it coming, or you know what's coming in the area that you're in. Whereas here, I don't know personally. I don't trust it too much, but I'm getting in my mind now. But like, compared to the UK, it's a lot less threatening. I feel like Japan is safer than the UK on a whole. Hi Corny, just subscribed and already addicted to your channel. I'd like to hear about how you navigated the tech changes from the UK to Japan. Did you get a Japanese phone or just SIM card? Did you have to create Japanese accounts for everything, or did most things just cross over with change of country? The available information conflicts a lot. Also, do you use Line? Is that still a thing in Japan? Stay sweet and positive as you are, and keep enjoying your life. Oh, since I'm here, do you have any favourite J Beauty products? PS, my grandmother's name was Cornelia. Her nickname was Neil. Absolutely love your name. Best. Oh, thank you. And rest in peace to your grandmother. Best names ever. Yeah, grandma. Have you navigated the tech changes from UK to Japan? When it comes to the phone, I did have my own phone from the UK. I brought it over, but for my company, it was just a lot easier to use the phone that they provided. It was like a whole package deal, and it wasn't too expensive for what I wanted. So I just jumped on that because it was a lot easier. But I guess as you become more used to the system, you'll find that you can find cheaper deals, you know, but obviously you're gonna have to be able to speak in Japanese or get someone who can speak in Japanese, or to make the process easier. Right now though, I've got my own phone with a SIM from my company to do, and just put it in my phone that I purchased here from Japan. I feel like as soon as you get here, before you build up some kind of credit or history of being in the system, get yourself a credit card. You can get yourself a just normal debit card, but I would recommend credit card because you could do more with that. Actually, I haven't got a credit card right now, and I think I personally took too long to apply for one, and then COVID hit and I was trying to apply during the COVID, which was stupid. I got rejected twice, and I think that is just because, you know, we couldn't trust the currency, we couldn't trust the situation, so they weren't really accepting any applicants at that time. And the weird thing is they don't give you the reason why, which was frustrating. In Japan, you have to make a bank account, just like when I worked in Thailand, because I need to get paid. I don't get cash in hand, so it's an official company, so I do go through the system. I get taxed like everybody else. Damn it. And mine is, it's just a normal account. It's not like I don't get a credit card or anything like that. I'd have to apply for that myself, and I wouldn't get any support or help applying for any other cards, because I didn't even know cash cards existed in Japan, which is basically you just put money in. You can do remittances like transfer money, and you can take money out and put money in, but that's about it. It limits you. Apparently you can shop online with some cash cards, but my card, well, I haven't found a website that I can use it yet, so it's a bit useless when it comes to online shopping. So what I do is I often transfer money to myself in the UK, to my card in the UK. I've put some useful remittance companies here, and hopefully take a look at those. Do you use Line? Yes, I love Line. L-I-N-E. Line, the app. I love Line being here in Japan. It's better than WhatsApp. I can't stand WhatsApp anymore. Line is cute because you can have a theme, and you can change your wallpaper, and you can send little moving emojis and stuff like that, and it's just simple and easy to use. You can play games, you can send your location to each other, and I think aesthetically it's just more pleasing to me. So I love using Line. Everybody uses Line around here. J Beauty. Hold on a sec. Let me just check for a second. Because it's been hot out, I do use this UV SPF 50. So Corsair is a good brand, I feel like. It's a very tried and true brand, and I haven't had any reactions to it yet. But I don't really try Japanese products, to be honest, because I have very, very sensitive skin. One time I almost went blind in Thailand because of the water. I don't know what happened to me. past my friends, like I was screaming. I was like, oh my god, I can't see, I couldn't see in one eye. There was like a milky film over my eye after showering. I don't know what the hell happened. Thought I lost my eye. This is it, I'm going blind. I literally started crying. But my friend went to the pharmacy for me and I put some eye drops in, and luckily my eye was okay. But that's how sensitive my body is, my skin is. Yeah, not fun. I'm black, I need by the way, this is for coloured people. Anyone that has a little colour in their skin, beware, because some of these products have like lightening or whitening products in there. So you get the cream and then you'd be like, what's going on? Careful, look in the ingredients, guys. And that's probably one of the reasons I don't use that many beauty products here, because people like to look fair skinned a lot, and I ain't trying to do that, okay? I'm not on the bleach hype. Alright, I like my skin colour. How difficult is it to bring my cat? Google is saying it's hard. 180-day quarantines. What the heck, girl? I don't have a pet. I've never travelled with a pet. Don't really know, girl. Your guess is as good as mine, to be honest. I have heard it's difficult and the quarantine time is long, so a lot of people choose not to come and travel with their pet. They leave them back home because they don't want to stress their pets out. I know pets get stressed, and when they're without their owner for too long, being in quarantine, it's very, you know, things happen, and I really wouldn't recommend traveling with a pet if you can really avoid it, sadly. But yeah, I heard quarantine's longer. I haven't heard about 180 days, girl. I'll put it up here if I find out the same thing as you or any additional information. But off the top of my dome, I ain't about that life. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't got a pet officially here yet, is because I don't know where I'm going, and I don't want to put my pet through that stress, put myself through that stress. But yeah, good luck. I've always wondered how you've dealt with scheduling, attending doctor's visits and dental checkups while in Japan and not being fluent in Japanese. Also, are you still learning Japanese? Love the videos. Thank you, darling. One of the first things that I did while settling in Japan is signing up to a doctor's, and I looked for an English speaking doctor, because when it comes to my health, people, I ain't playing around. I need to know what's going on. I can't have people trying to talk to me and then next thing I know I'm on the operation table getting my intestines removed, and then someone takes a picture and shows it to me. That actually happened to my friend in Thailand, you know. I can't believe it. After that I was traumatized. I was like, no thank you. I need to know what's going on with them, with my body, with the situation. I don't speak to Japanese doctors, and even so, there's medical terms for things that even Japanese people don't know. My doctors and my dental checkups are actually within the same place, so I'm very lucky. I don't have to go anywhere else, except for my eye doctor is in a different place, but there is a doctor that speaks English there. I researched, I found that they could speak English. Don't cut corners. Find someone who speaks your language. It will help. Am I still learning Japanese? Hell to the no. I have not practiced Japanese in years, but naturally I do learn within my environment and speaking to my students and dating and stuff like that. I do pick up stuff. I do want to get back into studying hopefully soon, so I can actually, you know, formulate coherent sentences. Listening is a lot better than my speaking, so I want to get my speaking level up. Good morning. Hey, how are you? Doing well? Are you doing well? I am doing well, I'm okay. This night when you get it, I was really wondering about the weather. How is winter and summer plus earthquakes? Hot as f, cold as f. Excuse me language. But yeah, summertime it's like you're frying in the depths of hell. But there's a lot of fun things to do, like eat ice cream, go to the beach and enjoy Elban and stuff like that. So it's a vibe because people are more relaxed and you feel good, but you're sweating buckets. Get yourself a fan, get yourself a parasol. Wintertime, it gets really, really super cold. Wrap yourself in layers, get yourself some heat tech. Further into winter, I will be talking about heat tech, guys, because I layer on. It goes through you to your bones. And I'm from UK, right? We got cold weather, but here it's windy too, and it's just something else. I can't take it. I hate winter and it's coming. Earthquakes, absolutely hate them. I'm very sensitive. I can feel every and any earthquake. It usually wakes me up in the middle of the night. That's normally when they are, or early in the morning. It's really bizarre. But sometimes during the day I'm like, earthquake. It's scary because you don't know if they're ever going to escalate. I'm not trying to instill fear into you guys about earthquakes, but just for me personally, I think there's nothing you can do about it, like tsunamis and earthquakes. But I feel like earthquakes is more scary because at least I can swim. Do you know what I mean? But with earthquake, like the literal ground is moving. It could swallow your whole, destroy your house. Like, what can I do to survive with an earthquake? If it was a really bad one, I always feel like this could be the one that takes my life. So dramatic, but it's true. Like, I'm gone and that's just my time. So they are scary to me, and when they start, you just don't know how big they're gonna be. You don't know until after it's happened. You're like, oh, that one was a level 6 or a level 2 or whatever. We don't have earthquakes in the UK, so it's something that I really, like, I can't get used to personally. I don't know how you're gonna react to them. I don't know if you have them where you're from, but if you don't, it might be something that's just a little bit scary. Make sure you get an emergency kit and know your exits and know where you're supposed to meet when emergencies happen. If you don't find out where you meet, it's usually by the nearest school, like in the playground or whatever. I did make a vlog about this where I learned about earthquakes, and I actually made my own kit, so check that out if you want more information on earthquakes. Hi Corny, new to the channel, love your content anyways. As a black guy myself, I want to know how many black people have you seen in Japan? Got this little game going on, right? And no matter who I'm with, I'm like, there's a black person. And then I give the nod. Black people, come on. You know the nod, right? You just acknowledge, like, I see you, you see me. The struggle is real in Japan. Not the struggle is real, but it's just nice to see, you know, someone of your colour thriving in Japan. So yeah, there are black people in Japan. I can't count how many I've seen. I've lived here for like over 5 years, so I've seen enough. There are community events. Obviously we are the minority within the minority. Like I'd say to any foreigner here, you've just got to put the effort in. If you want to make friends and find people who you can relate to within your culture or your ethnicity, then you're gonna have to put yourself out there or be open to other people like recruiting you, which happened in my last vlog the other day. I was recruited by 2 black girls and I was like, oh, we're friends now. But she's kind of an introvert, but like I was happy. I was like, oh, this is so nice. Whatever city you go to, you're more likely to see more foreigners, including black people. So there you go. You're just gonna have to maybe squint a little. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below, or go to my community tab, even better, so all the questions are in one area and it will make it easier for me to answer. We'll try to keep answering as many as I can throughout this month. If I've done a good job, give me a like, follow me, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and until next time guys, Faito, Gambate, peace and love.